Hey, it's Isabel from the Assisted Living Network. And if you want to build your business to be more passive and hands off, then you're going to have to pay for it. This can be a passive business for you, but someone's got to do the work. Here comes the manager. In the United States right now, there are 76 million baby boomers. The number one dilemma for these baby boomers? Housing. That dilemma can be your opportunity. Welcome to the Assisted Living Network podcast, where you can discover how just one residential assisted living home could secure your financial future forever. If you search in your area how much a licensed administrator or manager in XYZ city makes in a residential assisted living, your number may come up somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000, according to Google or salary.com. Of course, depending on where you live, that number can vary. But if you change the title and ask how much does an executive director in XYZ city make in assisted living, you'll probably get the number between $70,000 and $120,000 a year. This is a big difference, and the difference is between the title, but also between a larger facility and a smaller RAL home. So make sure you're typing in the right question and the right title based on what you're looking for. If this person has a background in the assisted living business and they've been running a large big box facility, sitting in a pretty office and not being very hands-on, that's not what we're comparing to. Apples to apples, not apples to oranges. We're really looking to compare to someone who has hands-on experience in a smaller care home, similar to what you're looking to build, a 6 to 16 bed care home. They understand this concept and that they are somewhat the end all be all. The range may still be in that 50 to 100K margin, but if your market is saying it's 120 to 200K a year job, it's more than likely pulling numbers from local big boxes, not just smaller care homes. Keep in mind, the number can be hard to nail down since so many of these care homes are run mom and pop style. The person who owns the home, they run the home and act as an administrator too. So the numbers can be skewed, but a great range is that 50 to 100K a year margin. There are a lot of depends in this situation, and I'm not talking about adult diapers. Okay, if they're overseeing more than one home, which is what I always remind new students, it's not full-time to oversee one care home. So if they are, then they're probably being paid on the higher end of this margin if they're overseeing 2 or 3 homes. But if it's only one home, it may be on the lower end. Does that make sense? You can look on job boards to see what others are paying, but I also want you to think about, what do you want? Are you looking for someone who's going to be excellent? Someone you can trust with your life? Your new business, it's your baby. It is your life. You really don't want to hire just anyone to oversee it. You really need this person to be the best. Don't be cheaping out or looking for, how to get the best deal. Pay someone fairly and respectfully, and make sure you're loading up their tasks too as they grow within the role. When you hire this manager or administrator, we use those words interchangeably, they're going to be in charge of staffing. Think hiring, training, onboarding, HR, and even firing your caregivers. They're going to be in charge of resident operations, whatever, the residents need personally and specifically to make their time in the home a 10 out of 10. They're going to be the ones in communication with the families, as well as the medical professionals overseeing the seniors, like the doctors, right? They may do medication management depending on what's allowed in your state. But they're also going to be dealing with all of the independent contractors within the home, like the chef, the handyman, the landscapers, and activities people, you name it. They may be the one leading the charge or helping with the marketing for the community, as well as the networking and running or hosting the tours. They're going to be in charge of bringing in new residents and doing that entire sales process. If they are amazing at each and every one of those things, then they are a unicorn. So hold on tight, because man, oh man, they are supernatural. No one is going to be perfect at everything, and some may want or need or ask for an assistant administrator or assistant manager to kind of fill in the blanks on things that they may not be so strong at. And this person can help them along the way. We use and recommend that you also use a tool like the predictive index when you do your hiring. This tool can show you strengths and weaknesses in your staff and see where someone may need more support. Because if you are trying to be hands off and thinking to yourself, I don't want to go in, I don't want to hear about who's called out or what's going wrong, I don't want to be in the know in this way, I don't want to be that backup, then honey, you probably need to hire them an assistant manager or administrator. This could be a caregiver who has the ambition to become an administrator, but this is the person that they can call for backup, someone who can support them when they need help at their job. And if they don't have that, the only next person to call is you. And the reality is they will be calling. So we suggest using, a caregiver who has the ambitions of being an administrator as that assistant administrator. You usually can pay them $1 or $2 above what they were making as a caregiver, because this is more of like an internship for them. They help support that administrator. And when you can't be there in the moment, or they can't be there in the moment, or they need to bounce ideas, they now have each other. Overall, the role of administrator or manager full-time overseeing multiple homes will cost you between $50,000 and $100,000. They're going to run all the day-to-day for you, but it is absolutely worth it. And if this means that you can genuinely only be coming in for the fun moments in your care home, the ones you're excited about, if it moves you to the owner's box, then pay for speed all day long, honey. And don't forget to like and share this episode and follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Thanks for listening to the Assisted Living Network.